How's that?
Yeah, it's good. This shot looks really sick, actually.
Nice.
I rate it.
Nah, cool. Back for video 2. I wanted to jump on real quick and make a video on the challenges aspect of the 75 hard challenge itself, because the challenges were almost like the core part of 75 hard for myself anyway, because I've always been a person that has really wanted to challenge myself, get outside of my comfort zone, to more so gain experience and soak up as much as I can from opportunities that are available out there. And like I can tell you now, if you look for them, there's opportunity everywhere for you to grow, for you to step outside of your comfort zone and stretch that little bit and just experiment and see what you really like, even if it does challenge you. If it scares you, it's almost a good thing, because nowadays not as many people lean into that. And ultimately the theme that's kind of surrounds the challenge aspect and this video is challenge, choices and change. Sure, it might be cliche as fuck to use metaphors and things like that, but one that has stuck with me for a pretty significant amount of time. I see it pop up every now and then in reels and things like that, mention different podcasts, but it's like the aspect of easy choices leading to a hard and difficult life, or making the hard choices and living an easy life. Probably messed up the quote totally there, but you kind of get where I'm going with that. If you continue to, or if you make the habit out of making the hard choice and doing the hard things first, it makes everything else afterwards so much easier, because you know that, oh, I've done the hard work. I've prepped myself. I know what I'm capable of, and moving forward, I know what I got myself into. Whereas if you kind of just remain in the easy choices that are pleasurable, that are comfortable, it's hard for you to really progress and go anywhere. Because when you remain comfortable and maintain with the easy choices, it scares me when I say it, but you almost remain the same, or you change at a very, very slow pace. And I think this is more important to bring up now, more than ever, is that we live in a time where things are so easy and efficient because of things like devices, cameras, outsourcing to people who can do it far better than us, which is great for something. It's great for content, and AI these days is just like the ability for what it's able to do is incredible. And how that results in better outcomes in things like medicine, like awesome, that is so good. But ultimately, like, the ripple effect from that has been quite dramatic, where it is keeping people so comfortable in the choices that they make day to day, keeping them complacent. And as a result of being complacent, you end up staying the same, which, like I mentioned before, like, is a phrase that kind of does quite frighten me. Because even when you look around now, like the opportunities that we do have, the opportunity to live in somewhere like Australia, where we can go out, we can soak up as much of whether it's the outdoors, whether it's opportunities around us to chase our passions, chase our dreams. And the amount of people that don't go out and do that just because they can't be fucked kind of frustrates me, to be honest, because we have been given the opportunity to fulfill our potential, and when someone doesn't take that opportunity to even consider something that's going to help them in their progression towards fulfilling their individuality as a person and to bring them fulfillment and satisfaction, just to remain in something pleasurable, or I'll just stay home and watch movies and eat chocolate. I'm just using that as an example. I don't know, I think we lose sight of the opportunities that we actually do have, because there are so many people out there in other countries around the world that don't get the opportunity we have, don't have the freedom to even go out and hang out with our mates on the weekend. They pretty much have their lives dictated for them. It's like, you're doing this for the rest of your life, good luck, there you go. And sure enough, the separation between what is easy and what is hard comes down simply to a choice. A choice that is either going to guide you towards the person you want to be or away from the person you want to be. And actually making these choices takes practice, because there's going to be a lot of days where you can't be fucked making the hard choices. But it's leading into that aspect of your discipline to make the hard choice and do it anyway. And when you actually make that choice to do the hard thing, based on the discipline, and whether it is you have the motivation or you don't, it shows that you have the courage, it shows that you have the bravery to go forward and get outside your comfort zone and do it when you didn't feel like you wanted to. And let me tell you now, the amount of dopamine that is released when you actually do something hard is infinitely better than the pleasure found in sitting and remaining in something easy and comfortable. Yo, Lockstar. Yo. How are you, bro? And in making any kind of choice, particularly if it is challenging, there is inevitably some kind of growth, inevitably some kind of change. And that change is something that needs to be embraced. That's why recently I've actually created something on Notion, my own challenge library is what I've called it, which is just this template which I want to share with you, that you can go on. The link is in the description from where you can go on. And you can see the challenges that I completed during my 75 hard. I think I included the top 50 in there. So you can see the challenges I've done there, as well as similar challenges to them, based on an easy, medium, and difficulty level. And Notion's awesome. You can open up that page. I've included some questions to answer before and questions to answer after the experience, based on how you felt going into it, what you learned from it. Would you recommend it moving forward to a person? So if you are looking to do something and step out of your comfort zone, then the challenge library, I think, would be a good place to start. It's absolutely free. There's no gimmicks, there's no tricks. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I just literally just wanted to share something to people around me so they can start challenging themselves as well, and start seeing the kind of growth that not only myself, but a lot of people that when they lean into challenges, seek as well. So definitely please have a look at that. Link is in the description. Take a look at it. Give a couple of the challenges a go, get outside of your comfort zone, and really lean into developing and exploring your own unique individuality. But yeah, that's it for this one. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.